Hello, Reject Nation. It's Greg Alba here.
And I'm John.
We just found out the Sicario 2 Soldado trailer dropped.
Boy, howdy.
So I was like, of course we gotta check this shit out right now. Before we do that, just wanted to give a quick thank you to the folks over at Stardust. We're trying to get to 2,300 followers right now. It's an awesome app that allows you to do reviews for 30 seconds for any film, TV show, or trailer. So would love it if you guys could download the app and follow us first, because we want to get to 2,300. We're loving it over there, posting plenty.
DJ.
Wow, this has gotten bigger.
Godzilla.
How would you define terrorism? The current definition is any individual or group that uses violence to achieve a political goal. The administration believes that the drug cartels fit that definition.
See this thing through, I'm gonna have to get dirty. Turning you loose? I'll lose. No rules this time. Adios.
Oh!
Wow.
Oh!
Wow. Huh.
You're gonna help us start a war. With who? Everyone.
Cool. I really like the way that was done. I knew Emily Blunt wouldn't be returning for this, and it makes sense because her story really does wrap up. It would make more sense to bring back Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin and keep the story going as opposed to Emily Blunt's story. With Emily Blunt's story in the first one, she was being brought on this mission, and as the mission kept going deeper and deeper, she kept discovering just how ruthless and dirty and violent, no rules bar kind of deal she was in, but that kept getting unveiled more and more as the movie kept going. As opposed to here, starting off with Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin, you could just hop into this is their world. This is we don't have to do any of that build up to the nasty dirtiness. It's like, no, it's gonna start off. We know how Josh Brolin and Benicio del Toro operate from the first one, and it's just gonna be this chaotic mess, which I'm looking forward to a hell of a lot. And I wouldn't be fooled by the trailers. If you really pay close attention, it looked like we were looking at maybe 3 or 4 action sequences that they were cutting back and forth to. Because the first one doesn't have a lot of action sequences. It's really a lot of character, tension, suspense, build up.
Yeah, I was taken a bit aback by that. I was like, this looks like an exploitation movie now.
No, I wouldn't be fooled by it because I kept paying attention to the imagery, and it looked like they were cutting back and forth between 3 to 4 action sequences that will probably play out. And then I feel like the moment that probably sold it was when Benicio del Toro was like doing an arcade game on his gun. Yeah.
Oh,
remember when I played Point Blank arcade? That's how I would win so many targets. It's doing Taylor Sheridan's been kind of on a hot streak lately. This is his first sequel, I believe he's writing, at least. It's a completely different director. It looks like they probably have the same cinematographer on board. Maybe. It's shot visually the same. There's a tone that seems similar. Even though it's just my theory that it's 3 to 4 action sequences that they're cutting around, you could be right. It could go down exploitation vibe and just go no holds bar. But I feel like I might like that too. Bring it a lot more height.
At least knowing who's involved and all that, I feel like this could definitely toe that line. The violence still looks gritty and harsh like the first movies is, and it would be appropriate, I think, for a sequel. Like they're calling this the Sicario saga, and usually when this happens, I feel like the scope inevitably changes.
Yeah, of course.
Because the first movie, I didn't even think that was a movie that had a sequel in its atmosphere anywhere, and now there is one. So I can see it being, like maybe a faster paced movie, maybe a bit more of a action-packed movie in some regard. But I can also see how it could just as easily dive into the lifestyle and there's plenty more cartel violence, bad people to cover. I just feel like they're leading with action here. So now, like, if there's
the first Sicario movie did that too. The first Sicario movie made it look like there was a bunch of action, but there isn't. I feel like with Denis Villeneuve movies in general, they do that. And but I know it's not his movie, but yeah, it's like they gotta sell it.
Yeah.
So that's what they're doing. So they're gonna give you the cool like assault rifle, Benicio del Toro doing point blank. It looks
I
cool,
definitely wanna see that.
and I feel like Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin were the more interesting. Even though I felt Emily Blunt really held that movie and carried that film, Josh Brolin and Benicio del Toro were the more interesting characters. And the question is, though, they work strongly as supporting characters. Now that they're the two main leads, will it still carry on as strong? It's Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin, so I imagine they will. It's the Collector and
Thanos.
Ultron. I think overall, it is very fascinating to see that they're taking the corrupt characters, which made them so intriguing in the first installment, and now making them the leads, because they're kind of viewed as potential bad guys in a way in the first one.
Yeah.
And then this one, they're making them the lead main characters, you know?
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see this with a far less sympathetic anchor.
Yeah.
At the center of it.
Anyway, guys, what do you think of Sicario 2? Soldado. Soldado. You can subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification bell. You can follow John and I on the Stardust app. Download the app and follow us first. Please make sure to go check out our Patreon. Become a Patronject today. It's like a second YouTube channel, people. We'd love to have you.